A spooky little surprise, a trick for IPL 2025 has just arrived this Halloween. A sweet little treat for Diwali this week has also arrived for IPL 2025. The IPL 2025 player retention list has officially dropped. Out of all of the 10 teams, each team has announced which players they are retaining for the mega auction this year. That's right, mega auction. Now, this mega auction will be historic because this won't even be the 8 teams anymore. This will be the 10 teams. And yes, we have already had a mega auction with all 10 teams, but this will be the first year that we will have all these teams being established, all of these players, not to mention all of these new emerging players and all this new emerging talent coming out of IPL. IPL is a stage for them, and it's their job to perform. And these last 2 to 3 years, they have been performing and singing and dancing their hearts out there. And they have absolutely killed it, which is why this IPL came with a little trick. Have you seen the release players list? There's so many big names on there. Joss Butler, Rishabh Pant, Kagiso Rabada, Arshdeep Singh, Shreyas Iyer. Shreyas Iyer was a little bit funny one. Right after he won KKR the Cup 2 and they dropped him, they released him. Surprising, right? But why is that? Why is this happening? Because, like I said earlier, IPL is a stage, and all these new and upcoming players who are auditioning to get a role in that show have gotten it. They've booked it, and they're performing and they're singing and dancing for their lives out there, and they are killing it. I mean, just look at this. Did you see how many big players' names I just name dropped? These players are so established. They have so much talent. They've proved themselves so many times. But all of these new players who are making you remember their names, like they will not let you forget it. These players have beaten and thrashed my home team so many times, and no matter how much I want to forget their names, they keep making me remember it. That's the aura behind these players. Anyways, before we get into the video, I don't know what I'm saying, but I could talk about all of these teams, what players they retain, what players this released. This would be a 3-hour video. But specifically, I'm going to focus on my home team, Mumbai. Now, Mumbai's retention list is the most noticeable because these past 2 or 3 years have been rough for Mumbai. 2022 season was rough. 2023 made a comeback. Mumbai secured a spot in playoffs, but they did beat Lucknow and they made it to the second playoff round, but then they got beat by Gujarat and they were out. But still, big step from 2022 season. And then I would say 2024 season was the worst, absolute downfall. But I think what Mumbai is doing now is that they've realized and they've learned from their mistakes. And I think we can see this in just the squad that they've retained, right? So Mumbai chose to retain 5 players with 1 right to match, right? So first off, they retained Jasprit Bumrah. Best bowler in the world, right? Obviously, he's going to take the most expensive. Then after Bumrah, we have, I believe, Sky, then Hardik, then Rohit, and then Tilak, right? So all these players are very good players, and it's so funny because all of these players played for Mumbai last year. And if you look at the players in the T20 World Cup, 4 of the biggest players in the T20 World Cup this year who played such a big part in securing the World Cup were Rohit Sharma, Hardik Pandya, Jasprit Bumrah, and Suryakumar Yadav, right? And all 4 of these players played for Mumbai. So genuinely thinking, how did a team with these 4 players not do well IPL 2023? Sorry, not 2023, 2024. Because of bad team management. Not bad team management, but also bad team atmosphere, right? What Mumbai did was they disassociated the team with what fans associated with the image of the team. Fans associated Rohit Sharma with Mumbai Indians. And it's not even a crazy fan thing, as they should. When Rohit came into captain, he won Mumbai 5 IPL trophies, becoming the first captain to achieve that, right? And in record time too. The only other team who has won 5 IPL titles is CSK. And Rohit did that a solid 2 years before they did. And before that, Mumbai hadn't won any cups. So for Rohit to step up and come into captaincy as this young player who had just started playing cricket and take control of the team and win them 5 cups, fans don't just associate Rohit Sharma with Mumbai for no reason. Not to mention, Rohit Sharma is a Mumbaikar himself. He speaks fluent Marathi, right? And he is from Mumbai. And the way he acts, the way he is, it replicates that Mumbai lifestyle. So obviously fans feel close and fans associate with him. So when Mumbai's management took him away from captain and put Hardik in captain, it felt like fans were disassociating the player that they knew with the team from the team, and then that impacted the team environment. The transition also wasn't good. And if the team environment is good, and if the team's mentality, if the team's head isn't clear, then how are they expected to do good? Not only that, but also Mumbai didn't have all of a good bowling attack. You know, all of the bowlers that Mumbai had invested in had either gotten injured or they just weren't performing well, and it just wasn't a good season for Mumbai that year. Like, nothing was working. But I think Mumbai has learned from that, and we can see that with the players that they have returned. Rohit, Sky, Bumrah, Hardik, and Tilak Varma, right? When you see these players, you associate them with Mumbai's team because they've been a part of Mumbai's team for so long. They've played well for Mumbai's team for so long, and they've just been an overall image that you see in blue and gold. You know, they like bleed blue and gold. They bleed blue and gold. Wow, so dramatic. Anyways, what Mumbai did this time was smart. If Mumbai had retained Rohit Sharma, things would have been such a different scenario, right? And truthfully, I think this will be a historic IPL season for Rohit Sharma. One thing that we've seen for sure is when Rohit Sharma puts his mind to something, he accomplishes it and he goes after it. Rohit Sharma wanted a World Cup so bad. He just missed it in the ODI World Cup of 2023. He did not let that 2024 World Cup out of his sight. And that's what he did. He put his mind to it. He put the effort in. He put in the work ethic, and he led by example, and he secured that World Cup for his team. And you could tell just how badly he wanted it. So if Rohit Sharma wants to prove to all the haters who are saying, no, Rohit isn't good, Mumbai should have just released Rohit, oh, his form, whatnot, they can talk and talk and talk. But when it comes down to the stage, when it comes down to that moment, I really do believe that Rohit Sharma will prove them wrong, because that's just the kind of person he is. And we have no right to doubt him when he's contributed so much for Team India and done all this much all over these years. Now, back to the other players who have been retained, right? Bumrah, Sky, Hardik, and Tilak, right? Even though Tilak Varma is a new player, he was a good buy to get. First off, he doesn't come for that much money, right? He's typically cheaper compared to all the other big names on here, right? Because Tilak Varma is a fairly newer player, and he hasn't been as established as these other players who have all been playing for maybe 10 plus years now, right? So choosing Tilak Varma to stay with the team is also giving fans a future player to link with Mumbai Indians, right? Keeping Tilak on the team, nurturing him there, and retaining him on the team for all these years will help fans build the image of Tilak Varma with the team, right? And it's not just about keeping whoever the fans like the most on the team. It's also about how they perform. Last year, when Mumbai's batting order used to collapse, Tilak Varma was always there to keep it going strong and keep it going well, right? So he's a good player, and he's proved his worth, and he deserves the chance and an opportunity, right? After all, IPL is a playing ground for all these new players, and everyone deserves a fair chance to show what they've got, you know, a good audition. Now, what should Mumbai be doing to make sure they don't make the same mistakes as last year? The biggest thing that Mumbai needs to focus on is their bowling attack. These last few years, Mumbai has been extremely unlucky with their bowling attack. They've invested in players like Archer and Luke Wood, who got injured, right? And these are good bowlers out there, but they just got injured, and Mumbai couldn't take advantage of that. Another thing that Mumbai needs to invest in is a spinner. One thing Mumbai has always lacked is a spinner. Now, ideally, a spinner for Wankhed's pitch, you want fast bowlers who can bowl fast, because the pitch is very bouncy. It's good for batting and it's good for fast bowlers, right? But also having a spinner when you go and play on other pitches, right? That's also necessary, and a spinner can still get you wickets. Plus, you want a variety of bowlers. Just fast bowlers aren't going to carry it for your team. Now, the last thing that Mumbai needs to focus on is the OG Mumbai Indian strategy. Mumbai Indian strategy has always been taking these new players that no one's heard of, who have emerging talent and potential, taking them, nurturing them, and turning them into these big players who make people remember their names. Look at all these other players who have gone on to other IPL teams. QDK to LSG, Joss Butler to Rajasthan, Yuzvendra Chahal to Rajasthan, right? All of these players started out playing at Mumbai. Mumbai nurtured them, built them up, right? Took this talent, and now look at them. They're the stars of their other teams, right? Bumrah wasn't very well known. Mumbai took him in, and don't get me wrong, it's not like Mumbai is the reason that Bumrah is who Bumrah is. Bumrah was always going to get discovered. There's too much talent and potential there for that to go to waste, right? But having Mumbai with him and backing him after all these years, having that support, right? Imagine joining an IPL team and having the legendary Sachin Tendulkar as your captain, right? Not to mention Ricky Ponting on that team as well, right? And having these players back you, being in that overall team environment, it helps you as a player and it helps you grow. And there's got to be something Mumbai did to contribute to the way Bumrah is. But not taking all the credit, Bumrah is phenomenal. But anyways, these are the things Mumbai should focus on. Sticking to the original Mumbai strategy, investing in bowlers and spin attack. All the years that Mumbai won the IPL, they had good bowlers and good spin attack. And focusing on their team image. And most of all, I cannot emphasize this enough, having a good team environment. We already saw how much of a mess your team is if you don't have a good team environment. IPL 2023 was rough. The biggest thing Mumbai Indians need to do is clear their head and play as a team. Not playing individually, not playing thinking, I don't want to play under him, no, I don't want to play with him, not being separate. Mumbai needs to come together as one group and one team, Mumbai Indians, and prove what they're made of and show them the Mumbai that has dominated the IPL years after years after years. And I'm very, very confident that the Mumbai Indians will be back to what they originally were.